Hello everyone, myself Vignesh Anand. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to see about the potential transformers, which means voltage measuring transformers or instrumentation transformer and their types. Normally, a potential transformer is also known as a voltage transformer. Is a static electrical devices used in an electrical power system for decreasing the voltage as per the system rating meters and relays. Relays in the sense protections devices. The transformation of a voltage from a higher value to the lower value is normally known as your potential transformers work, and this potential transformer is connected in a parallel condition to your circuit. Next, working mainly depend on the mutual induction principle. So the primary and the secondary winding of the transformer are electrically insulated from each other but magnetically interconnected through a minimum reluctance path of the core. So normally the primary and the secondary windings are they don't have any connections between them, but whenever a primary gets charged due to the mutual induction principle, there will be some of the reflections will be there in your secondary windings, and that secondary winding will be sensed by a low voltage from a higher level voltage to lower level voltage, which means it transfers through a mutual induction principle. And the types, normally we have three types: electromagnetic, capacitive, and optical type. First, PT ratio. Primary voltage depend on the bus connected in your substation, and the secondary voltage is mostly a 100 volt or a 110 volt according to the IEC for a open delta configuration. Then 100 volt, which means divided by root 3 is your phase to earth. Then 110 volt is according to your IEC star connections. Then 120 volt according to your IEEE for a open delta and star configuration. So commonly we can came to know that 110 volt of your secondary is your measuring and protecting devices. So whatever the higher level of voltage may be, the secondary voltage will be up to 110 or 120 volt only. Then coming up to the class, it has a two classes of IEC class and IEEE class. IEC class, first, very accurate metering will be a 0.1 to 0.2%. Then the tariff, which means the kilowatt hour reading, is 0.2 to 0.5%. Then instrument meters and controls 1%. Then protections will be a 1 or a 3p or a 6p. Then class IEEE, very accurate metering will be a 0.15. Then tariff will be a 0.3. Then metering and control instruments point up to 0.6. Then protection will be 1.2 to 1.4. These are all the class, and the class, according to the class, the percentage of error will be given. Error are in here we have three types of errors: voltage errors, phase angle error, and ratio error. So normally voltage error in the sense the difference between the ideal voltage and the actual voltage. uh, so the percentage is calculated by vp, v primary minus vn, sorry, kn, and into v secondary divided by vp into 100. Here the kn in the sense the nominal ratio. Then phase angle error. The phase angle error is the error between the secondary terminal voltage which is exactly in phase opposition or reverse with the primary terminals. Next, last, ratio error. Ratio error is the change in the voltage ratio due to variation in load. Varying load changes the magnetizing current and the core losses that affects the secondary voltage of the PT. So normally ratio error is calculated by, so the ratio error is equal to nominal ratio minus actual ratio divided by actual ratio. Just for example, I am writing as ratio error kn minus r divided by r, which means kn is the your nominal ratio, r is the actual primary to voltage ratio. Here the nominal ratio is the ratio of rated primary voltage to your rated secondary voltage. These are the three errors. Next, potential transformer is made with high quality core operating at a low flux density so that the magnetizing current is small. The terminals of the transformer should be designed so that the variation of the voltage ratio with load is minimum and the phase shift between the input and the output voltage is minimum. The primary winding has a large number of turns and the secondary winding will have a small number of turns. For reducing the leakage reactance, the coaxial winding is used. So next, coming up to the types, electromagnetic potential transformer. The potential transformer that uses a electromagnetic induction to transform a high voltage to a low voltage is called as electromagnetic potential transformer. These transformers conventional wound type transformers and have a primary and secondary windings wounded around a magnetic core. They are also known as a wound type transformers because of these constructions. Then they also have a shell type and core type also. The main drawback is that the insulation problem, which means if the higher level of voltage means the designing of your electromagnetic type of transformer will be very difficult. Then this is the core type electromagnetic transformer. Here the primary and the secondary winding are wounded in a laminating cores. Then supply is given to your primary, which means a large number of voltages, and the secondary, which will be having a less voltage as a 100 to 120 volt. Then the load is connected in your secondary side, which means your measuring equipment or protection equipment. This is the circuital design of your electromagnetic type of voltage transformer. As I said, the primary is your higher level of voltage and the secondary is your load side, which measuring equipment and the protection equipments are connected. This is the overview of your electromagnetic type of transformer. Normally the HV terminals will be at the top and the secondary box is your secondary terminals where relay and protection equipments are connected. These are all the some of the designs of your lower level voltage of electromagnetic type of a transformer. Next, coming up to the second type, capacity voltage transformer. So normally it step downs the higher level voltage into a lower level voltage for instrumentation and measuring purposes and protection purposes. So it will be preferable when higher level of voltage is using, which means more than a 72 kV. We will prefer a capacity voltage transformer due to its compactability and also the reduction in your cost level also. Normally electromagnetic types are expensive for the higher level voltages, so only we are going for a capacity voltage type of a transformer. Next, working, the capacitor connected in a series act like a potential divider provided the current taken by the burden is negligible compared with the current passing through the series connected capacitors. Normally the CVT or a CCVT, which means CVT in the sense capacity voltage transformer, CCVT in the sense coupled capacity voltage transformer, which means further upgraded as a coupled capacitors have uses as they will be using as a higher frequency power line carrier signals to your transmission line, which means with the combination with the CVT and wave traps and the smoothing reactors and also the capacitors, with that setups we will use as a uh, carrier wave signals transmitting from one station to another station. The capacitance in the voltage divider in a series with the inductance of a compensating reactor and the wound transformer, which means this will combines as a set of a electromagnetic unit shortly known as EMU component is your damping circuit, which suppresses your ferroresonance properties also. The circuit consists of a saturable series reactor and a loading resistor. This circuit is connected in parallel to one of the secondary cores during ferroresonance condition. During ferroresonance condition, high voltage appears saturating the reactor and tuning the damping resistors on a effective act on as a abnormal voltage. Just for understanding, we will know more about the ferroresonance condition. Normally, ferroresonance is occur in a system voltage in a nonlinear inductive circuit, capacitance load circuit in a transient disturbances, transient over voltage, lightning over voltage, switching over voltage, transformer energization. Then the effect of ferroresonance, sustainable over voltage or current in our waveform destructions, then loud noise, overheating, and also the insulation failures. These are all the basics of your ferroresonance. Coming up to the construction of your CVT, here the C1 and C2 are the capacitor divider, which is your stacks as a primary connections. Then the power line equipments which will be connected to your through your waveform wave traps and capacitors. So after connecting with the HV terminals, the stacks which is consist of your C1 and C2, then further it will move to your electromagnetic unit, which means EMU component in your CVT. It comprises of your compensating reactors, then capacitors, then ferroresonance damping circuits, then secondary windings. So this additionally we have a one step down transformer also. So normally while reaching the electromagnetic component, the voltage will be lesser, which means up to 12 to 20 kV. It will reaches your electromagnetic component, and then further the step down transformer will step down your voltage to a measurable voltage as a 110 or a 115 or a 120 volt. Here the ferroresonance damping circuit, which means your suppression circuit, will suppresses the ferroresonance condition which we have discussed earlier. Here the primary winding in the sense reduced primary winding, which means for example I'm saying 220 kV, it will get reduced to 12 kV or 20 kV, up to 12 to 20 kV, then further it will reduces to a measurable volt. On the other side we will having a 1A 1N 2J 2N as a secondary core terminals. Next, coming up to the overview, here the overview in the sense the overall structures of your CVT, and in here we have a high voltage capacitance as a C1, intermediate voltage capacitance C2, then the electromagnetic component unit at the bottom, which the component comprises of your compensating reactors, then step down transformers, then your high frequency terminals. Then coming up to the damping circuit, which means the damping device is your ferroresonance suppression circuit. So in the bottom we will have a secondary terminal connections. At the top we have a HV terminal connections. Next, coming up to the last type, optical voltage transformer. This is a little advanced. This is a advanced voltage measurement. In here we don't use any primary or a secondary as a separate course. Instead of that, we will use a optical type of a voltage transformer. This will be very compatible for using and also for installation. It is based on a fiber blank grating and piezo electric ceramics. Then adequate to be used in your field service at 13.8 kV as a distribution lines. Nowadays it is increasing the voltage level also. So hope you understand, I think so. See you in next video. Have a nice day. Nandri, vanakkam.